Guys, I don't have to tell you that GT is probably the most disliked part of the Dragon Ball franchise. Or well, at least it is the most commonly critiqued on the internet. And admittedly, a lot of this critique is valid to some degree. The common complaints mostly consist of having Goku turn into a child, Pan being very annoying, the actual story feeling rather loose, etc. There's a lot to complain about when you talk about GT. But I personally have something about Dragon Ball GT that I dislike even more than those things. And the funny thing is that I do not mind Goku becoming a child again whatsoever. I mean, Dragon Ball Daima will probably do this concept a lot better than GT did anyway, so it's all a-okay with that one. What I dislike about Dragon Ball GT the most is that the power scaling feels very underwhelming. For the context of this video, keep in mind that pretty much every major GT villain is stronger than Kid Buu was. I mean, this is a post-Dragon Ball Z thing, so the characters are supposed to be stronger than Kid Buu. Yet they all feel so, well, much weaker than Buu did. Starting off with Baby, and I absolutely love the idea, the concept, and the design behind Baby. Him being a parasitic life form stemming from the Tuffle race is pretty damn cool. Even just the fact that the Tuffles made him to exact their revenge on the remaining Saiyans is a plot which a lot of Dragon Ball fans have wanted for a long time. But think back to the decisive battle Goku had with Baby on planet Earth. These two behemoths, who were both much stronger than Kid Buu at this time, went all out in a fight to the end and destroyed some buildings, like left a crater or two. Obviously, this is me underselling it, but call me crazy, but does that not sound extremely lackluster to you guys? Back even in the Namek Saga, we had planets blowing up due to Frieza's attacks left and right, figuratively speaking, but you know what I mean. And yes, before you correct me, I know the Earth gets destroyed in this saga, but that was due to some stupid wish with the Black Star Dragon Balls. Back in the Buu Saga, Kid Buu just destroyed planets willy-nilly, like Baby should be able to fart Earth into dust whilst holding back. A clash between these two should have done way more damage to the planet than they did, but I personally feel like they tried to somehow downscale the characters in GT, albeit maybe just visually. Like, my personal little conspiracy theory is that they thought they went too far with Kid Buu just destroying planets so easily, and that they felt they had to scale it back a little bit. But that is honestly just my tinfoil hat theory. I have zero proof for this whatsoever, so just see this as the ramblings of a completely mentally ill person on the internet, which is not far from the truth, let's be honest. And to add on to this, I also have to be honest here, in the Baby Saga, no real big, like, full power attacks hit the planet, like, face first. If my memory serves me right, all of Baby's revenge death balls were countered in one way or another by Goku, so yeah, but you know, do correct me if I misremembered something, because it has been a while since I have fully, like, watched GT beginning to end, so I might forget a thing or two here and there. So always feel free to call my ass out. You should definitely do it if I just say something that's wrong. But I do know for a fact that the next saga cannot use this excuse. Oh boy, where do I even start with the Super 17 saga? Even though it has some interesting plot points here and there, this is easily my least favorite GT arc. There really is just one part of this arc that I call the biggest amount of bull fucking shit on, like, it pisses me off to no end. If you look back at the fight between Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super 17, Goku sees no other way to defeat Super 17 than by pulling a Majin Vegeta. He ends up grabbing Super 17 and blows himself up in a full power kamikaze attack. I'll play the clip here for you. So that was Super Saiyan 4 Goku blowing himself up at full power in order to beat Super 17. Now here is a clip of Super Vegeta during the Cell Saga firing a full power Final Flash at Cell. Make it make sense. How the hell does Super Vegeta look several times stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku? That blast Goku did should have nuked the Earth several times over, like no contest even. This is a prime example of what just made GT all kinds of icky to me when it came to power scaling. Because I don't know if this is a visual thing or if they just really thought, oh, this Goku shouldn't be so strong or whatever, like. And this really does suck because it has a lot of other elements I found to be pretty fun. But even the Shadow Dragon Saga is not a safe space from appearing like paper mache, but it is admittedly far better at this than the previous sagas. Omega Shenron brutalizing Vegeta with that Dragon Thunder attack is still such a raw scene. Like, looking back, I honestly have no idea how Vegeta even survived that. Like, I mean, I get that he's a Saiyan, but bloodlust should still be a thing. But you know, semantics, it's not what this video is about. But the appearance of Gogeta pretty much prevented Omega from feeling like a massive wuss that couldn't even destroy the Earth, let's be real there. Gogeta being so much stronger and just parrying everything Omega threw at him kind of saved Omega from appearing pretty weak like Baby did, like Super 17 did, like even guys like General Rildo did. But yeah, this is pretty much why I never use GT in any type of power scaling stuff either. Like, it's just not very consistent with the rest of Dragon Ball. And although the Heroes franchise expands on Super Saiyan 4 and they have it face off against the God forms, and ironically enough, the Heroes franchise does a better job at depicting Super Saiyan 4 and Dragon Ball GT to be actually powerful. The anime itself just felt incredibly lackluster to me. Now, that could of course be my personal opinion, but I just think it just didn't make sense to me. There was this kind of like cognitive dissonance between what I saw on the screen and what I knew should be seen on the screen. Because if you just jump from Z into GT, it's like everybody just got nerfed so hard, at least visually once again, because you can always make the argument that, oh, but the power, like the energy is super compressed and stuff. Okay, sure, but it's still just, it annoys me that it's just not visually big and shiny, for the lack of a better word. And although GT also has plenty of aspects about it that are not nearly as bad as some people make them out to be, at least in my opinion, this specific aspect of the show just gave me the ick. Like, I hate I have to use the word the ick. It's the only thing that I can think of that actually fits, because it's not genuine hatred or massively disliking it, but it's just something that really took away from the experience even more than the like more generic arguments we talked about at the beginning, like the story being kinda like Pan being pretty annoying, Goku being a child. Maybe this is just me being a little power scaling elitist, because I never really hear other people talk about this topic, but I thought I would just dedicate a smaller video that I just do in between the regular ones to this topic. Being a power scaler just, I don't know, it just seems wrong for full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku to like output less energy or do less damage than Super Vegeta did. Like, I know this is a bit nitpicky because there's probably just a thing like, oh, there's a different animation team that worked on this, there's a different animation director, there's a different this, there's a different that, and I totally get that, and this is not me like saying like, oh, GT absolutely sucks because of this. GT overall is just, simply put, not as good as Z was, it's not as good as Dragon Ball was, it's not as good as Super was. I even want to go as far as to say that Heroes does a couple of things better than GT did, but I don't want to hype up Heroes too much because it's just a promotional anime. It's not meant to have a story, really, like an in-depth story attached to it. But yeah, like, what do you guys think? Did GT feel much weaker than it should to you guys too? Or am I just really weird? Because at this point I have no clue. But be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But with all that being said, my friends, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos as per usual. It really means a lot to me. Like, I truly love that I have an actual platform to share my opinions on. So if you liked today's video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss another video ever again. Work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty, and I will see you all again in the next video. Peace out.